Today I'm going to be sharing with you all some things that I like right now. I do this every few months because I'm the type of person that's constantly finding new things to be obsessed with. I'm not the type of person who's been eating the same breakfast for the last 15 years. Going to the same workout class for the last 15 years. Doing the same makeup routine for the last 15 years. I'm constantly upgrading my routine, swapping things out, changing things up. And so every few months I like to sit down and give you all an update on what I'm currently enjoying in my life. And listen, there are some things that have stood the test of time. Like I've been doing my current workout routine for like the last year and a half, maybe 2 years now. There are certain foods that I've been enjoying for the last few years. There are certain things that stand the test of time. But even with those things, I'm still constantly discovering new things to be obsessed with. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you all today. Things that I like right now. My current obsessions. I am doing a lot of brand name dropping in this episode. And I normally don't do that because I'm like, I don't want people to think that I'm like secretly being paid because shit like that happens. But let me just tell you, that's not happening. Okay. This is an unsponsored, all of the things, listen, if there's going to be a sponsorship in this episode, but you'll know it because my outfit will change and I'll say this episode is sponsored by so-and-so. Everything else is not sponsored. This is not sponsored. Okay. No one's paying me under the table. I have nothing to gain from what I'm saying. I just like these things. I mean, if they want to sponsor me, that'd be wonderful, but that is not what's happening here. Anyway, so I will proceed to name drop brand names. And so without further ado, let's begin. This episode is presented to you by eBay. We all have that piece. You know the one. The thing that's so you've basically become known for it. And if you don't have yours yet, you'll find it on eBay. Let me put you on, people. eBay is where you'll find those one-of-a-kind, can't stop researching, stay up dreaming about pieces again and again. I'm talking about that off-the-runway red leather bomber you've had your eye on, the trendy top with the cowboy on it, or that sleek fleece from the 2017 colorway. All of these finds are on eBay, and they even offer millions of main character pieces backed by authenticity guarantee. eBay is the place for pre-loved and vintage fashion. eBay, things people love. Starting out with body skincare. I can't believe that this is something that I'm obsessed with because up until this point, I refused. Okay, I didn't refuse, but I could not get into a routine with body skincare. Like I'd find an amazing body oil or body lotion that I loved. And I'd get into the routine of putting it on after the shower for like a month and then I'd fall off. I couldn't keep it up. For some reason, this most recent rediscovery of body skincare has stuck for me and I'm obsessed with it. And I don't think I can ever go back because I'm so obsessed with it. So after I shower, what I've been doing recently is I do my face skincare, which is like, during the day, moisturizer and maybe a light little bit of oil on top. If I'm going to be outside or exposed to sun at all, I'll replace the oil with sunscreen, whatever. And then on the body, I use 2 products. I can't even believe this is happening to me. I feel like this is truly my prefrontal cortex really, really just hardening up. I'm an adult. It's very mature to me. Like I feel like it's very mature to do skincare on the body. It feels classy. It feels wise. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, first I use a hydrating body serum. Okay. I use the one from the brand Necessaire. It's like a hyaluronic based body serum to hydrate the skin. Because I do have a bit of dry skin. It's not like really dry to the point of cracking necessarily, but my skin does run a bit dry. I think most people probably do on the body. I don't know. Maybe some people have oily body skin, but I feel like a lot of people experience a slightly drier body skin. So I use that. And then on top of that, I use the Sol de Janeiro, I think it's like Boom Boom oil. It smells fucking amazing. And I put that on top. The way that I feel after I put these 2 products on, my skin just feels like it glides, it moves. Like I feel like my skin used to feel tight after I'd shower. And I knew I could solve that problem by using body skincare products, but I was like, it's so much work and it's so annoying. But this particular combo of products for me just makes me feel so good and it smells amazing. I don't know. I'm just so into it. Is it a little bit extra to use 2 products? Yes. Is it kind of unnecessary? Yes. But there's something about the combination of those 2 products that just works for me. It's like I put the serum on and it really hydrates deep. And then I put the oil on top to kind of seal it and give my skin like a wonderful, coconutty sort of smell. And listen, is the process of putting it on a little bit annoying? Yes, but I've gotten like really efficient at it to the point where like I like squeeze a bunch on my hands and then I reach down and start at my ankles. And I'm not kidding. I like smear it all the way up my body and then smear it down my arms. And then I rub really quickly. And then 30 seconds later, we got the serum on. And then once the serum is on, it's much easier to spread the oil because I've actually been using this oil for a while. I discovered it probably like a year ago now. And I think it was probably on one of my favorites lists. It actually sponsored one of my episodes like a year ago. This is not sponsored, but I fell in love with this product a long time ago. But it's harder to spread on dry skin. Like it kind of can like, I don't know, get stuck in certain places and it's hard to get like even distribution. But if you put a hydrating serum on first and then lather this on top, it just spreads so much easier and it kind of mixes all together in this wonderful way. I feel like I got it down. And I've been getting so many compliments on how I smell because there's something about having like a warm, yummy, delicious scented oil all over you that just lasts in a way that a fragrance can't. I don't know. I'm into it. Body skincare, I'm into it. And I'm hoping, listen, when it comes to anti-aging stuff, I don't choose products specifically for anti-aging purposes because it's just going to happen. It is what it is. But there's a chance that my body skin might be in better shape down the line because I'm taking care of it. So that's like an added bonus, but that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because it feels good and because it smells good and because it just like, it gives me this like feeling for the next 24 hours until I reapply it that I just feel like my skin just moves. I don't know. It just feels good. So I'm into the body skincare. Speaking of body skincare, I just recently switched to a new deodorant. Okay. I used to use deodorant that had aluminum in it, which is a controversial ingredient. Let's Google why it's bad, because I actually don't really know. Why is aluminum deodorant bad? I remember reading that it's carcinogenic, but okay, well, this is interesting. I Googled it and it says aluminum-based compounds are the active ingredient in antiperspirants, and they work by temporarily plugging sweat ducts to reduce perspiration. While there's a debate about the potential health risks associated with aluminum in antiperspirants, the current consensus among health experts is that they're safe for most people. Potential concerns in research findings: breast cancer, Alzheimer's, kidney disease, and staining and irritation. Breast cancer does run in my family, so it's probably better if I just avoid it. So, that's not necessarily why I switched. I honestly switched I didn't really do that much research beforehand. I was just like, I hear people chatting about aluminum deodorant being bad. Like, I might as well switch to a more natural, healthier deodorant. Like, why not? But considering that breast cancer does run in my family, maybe I had an instinct. Or maybe I read that before and forgot that I read it and it's in my subconscious. Anyway, but the current deodorant that I'm using that's natural is the Fleur Vanilla Skin Deodorant. Okay. Fleur spelled P-H-L-U-R. I just wanted to try a deodorant that would like smell really good. I don't know. I'm in this era of my life where I just want to smell really good. Like I am really attracted to good smells and I just want to smell amazing, like particularly good. Like I don't want to just smell clean. I used to just want to smell clean, but I'm kind of obsessed with smelling like amazing. Like I want people to walk by me and be like, what? And so I've been sort of exploring new products that have particularly exciting smells. And this deodorant is a great example of that. Like the deodorant I was using before, it smelled good. It smelled clean. It smelled fresh. It smelled a little bit sweet, but nothing too extreme. This is like an extreme smelling deodorant. It is pungent. And it's a natural deodorant, which is a switch that I wanted to make anyway. I love this deodorant. Honestly, I tried natural deodorant for the first time in like 5th grade when I started having BO. And I had a really hard time with the natural deodorant I was using in the beginning. I don't want to say the name of the brand because I really do actually think the brand is good. Well, fine, I'll say it's Tom's of Maine. I love Maine but the way that deodorant smelled mixed with my sweat, like I didn't like the way that my pH or whatever, it created a smell I didn't like. Even though it did kind of mask the BO, like it created a new smell that I didn't like. And so once I got old enough and my mom was like, yeah, you can have antiperspirant, I did that because I didn't like the way that natural deodorant worked with me. And I kind of decided that I would never use natural deodorant again. But here I am now and I'm enjoying it. I think the technology has improved or the formulations have developed. Anyway, it's a great deodorant and it smells really good. It is a bit strong, but that's something I'm interested in right now. If you're not into strong scents, you will not like this. It's very strong. So that's sort of my updated body care routine, and I'm loving it. Okay, next. I'm obsessed with making things out of clay right now. And this is very interesting because I actually bought a bunch of clay and acrylic paint and gloss varnish for making clay stuff like years ago, like probably 2 or 3 years ago. I bought all the stuff and I never made anything. I think because I was a little bit depressed when I bought it and I was having a hard time motivating to do anything. And so like the thought of sitting down and making something out of clay, I was like, ugh, no. I also wasn't really in a place where I was inspired to make art because I didn't really have any inspiration. Like, I think what's changed is that I've taken the time recently to experiment with art and figure out my style. That's been particularly challenging for me because my dad is an artist. And for many years, I just kind of felt like, oh, I don't really know what to do. Like, I don't know who I am as an artist. So I'm just going to kind of do what my dad does. And I hate creating the type of art that my dad creates. My dad is an oil painter and he tends to paint a lot of landscapes and he likes to go out and do plein air painting and paint, in nature and stuff like that. I do not like that experience. I don't really like anything about it. Number one, I don't like oil paint. It's like, I don't know, there's something about it that I don't really like. Maybe one day I'll like it, but right now and up until now, I haven't liked it. I also don't like painting on location. It's very overwhelming and overstimulating, setting up all your stuff and you're dealing with the elements, like if it's windy or whatever. Oh, it's like too much for me. I get overstimulated. And then last but not least, he paints real life, right? And that has never really been inspiring or fun to me. I'm like, why don't I just take a picture of it? Like, I love my dad's work and I love looking at his work and I love the way that he takes, a landscape and paints it in a way that makes it feel him. But that's his thing. And so for a long time, I would try to make art, but I'd try to make art like my dad. And that was not fun for me. So then I'd get frustrated and give up. And more recently, I really dedicated myself to figuring out what I want to make. How do I want to make art? And that started with watercolors because for whatever reason, I just really enjoyed that medium. I started doing watercolors. I liked how that paint works. I liked sitting down, in my home in a quaint space and just painting something. And very quickly, I figured out what types of things excite me to paint, and I don't like painting stuff from real life. I like painting things from my imagination. Obviously sometimes I'll like pull up a reference image from Google, like randomly to like, if I'm painting like a tree, like sometimes I want to look at a picture of a tree, but I'm not painting a real life scene. I'm painting something out of my imagination and that's more fun for me. And I like doing things in more of a cartoon style and whatever. So I figured it out. And that sort of opened me up now to being like, oh my God, there's so many different things that now I feel excited to make. And clay is one of those things. And so I recently became inspired to crack open my 3-year-old kit of clay making stuff. And I've been absolutely loving it. It is so much fun. It's so different from painting. It's so different from I will say I'm rediscovering doing stuff with clay because when I was a kid, I was obsessed with making stuff out of clay. Obsessed. And then I sort of forgot about it. I don't know. I grew out of it for a little bit, but I'm back. And upon rediscovering it, I'm realizing it's so different from anything else. There's just something about using your hands. It's just really wonderful. It's really wonderful. And it's also a really slow process as well. I've been using air dry clay. So you make something and then, you have to let it sit for like 48 hours and then you can paint it with acrylic paint. Then you need to let that dry for another like 48 hours. And then you paint a glaze on top to make it shiny. And then you have to let that dry for another like 48 hours. And it's this very long process, which I don't know if that's the best way to make things out of clay, but that's what I've been doing just because it's the most beginner friendly. I'm not ready to like start going to a clay studio in Los Angeles and throwing things in the kiln. Maybe one day, but not right now. I like doing things at home. And I'm not going to buy a kiln. That seems a little bit stupid. Wait, can you even buy a kiln? I think you can to like fire up your clay stuff. I'm looking it up. Can you buy a kiln? You can. It's actually, oh my God. Yeah, you can. Okay, there's one for, oh my God, there's one for $50. But then there's also one for $4,000. That's a really scary price jump. I wonder why that one's so cheap. Anyway, I'll look into that later. I don't need to get a kiln. That's ridiculous. But anyway, that's how I've been doing it. But it's been so fun and peaceful and relaxing. I will watch a YouTube video if I'm really feeling indulgent, or I'll more often just listen to music and I'll make little things out of clay, and it's just a wonderful experience. And it's fun too because with clay you can make things that are actually useful. Like I've made things that I'm actually using in my home. Like for example, I have this little glasses tray. If you're watching the video version, you can see me holding up. My friend Owen got this for me. Very sweet. I love you, Owen. And I use it all the time. It's in my office. So I have a designated spot for my glasses. But I also wear glasses in other areas of my home. And so I wanted to get another glasses tray. But then I decided, why don't I just make one out of clay? So I made one out of clay. And it's so rewarding to make something that you're actually going to use. I also made a little tray for my dining room table for napkins because I have a little napkin tray on my dining room table right now. And I was like, this one doesn't really match the aesthetic of my dining room very well. It's fine, the one I have, but it would work better in a different room. So I was like, maybe I'll move this tray to a different room, use it for something else, and make a new one that actually is like perfectly made for my dining room. And so now I have a cute little custom napkin tray. And I've made little vases for dried flowers because I can always use more little vases to pop around my house with little dried flowers because that brings me so much joy. So like it's been really wonderful. And I think it's special because you can make stuff that you can actually use. Whereas like painting is fun. And you can hang that art up on the walls and that can absolutely bring you joy. But there's something about making a functional item for yourself that's so rewarding. Like I could make coasters. I could make more vases in little pots. I could make little specific trays that are perfectly shaped for items that, I need to have a tray for. You know what I mean? It's really cool. Anyway, moving on. Another thing I've been obsessed with, editing text messages after I send them. This is my favorite Apple feature of all time. It was in one of the more recent Apple updates and I'm obsessed. I edit text messages all the time because I'm a really fast texter, constantly making typos. I used to be the type of person who's like, I send text so fast that there'll be a bunch of typos and then I'm like sending my grammar corrections after, and it's just messy and annoying, and now I'm spamming somebody. So that issue has been solved. But also, sometimes I'll send a text and then realize, especially work texts, I'll send a long work text with a bunch of notes on something or whatever, and I'll reread it back and be like, oh, I forgot to say this or I forgot to say that. Boom, add it in. I am using this feature on a daily basis. Another text feature that I've been using just as much. Actually, I'm lying. Not just as much, but I'm using frequently as well, is the scheduled text message feature. Okay. I actually didn't know that this was a thing. And I found out about it through word of mouth because it's actually a funny story. Is it funny? Well, let me tell it and then you can be the judge. I was doing a night shoot, okay? Like a shoot at night. So, normally you'd do a shoot from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. For this particular project, I was shooting at night. And so I was shooting from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. It was so bizarre. And it was 3 a.m. And I was talking to somebody and I was like, I need to send this text. I'm going to forget. I guess I need to leave myself a note. This is so annoying. I wish I could just send it now, but then I'll wake people up or whatever. And then the person I was talking to was like, just schedule it to deliver at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And I was like, wait, what? Anyway, they showed me this feature. I was mind blown and I use it all the time now because for whatever reason, I always feel the urge to communicate when I'm in bed about to fall asleep. All of a sudden I'm like, ooh, let me, I have an idea. Let me send this into my work group chat. Or ooh, I forgot to respond to this friend. They texted me 2 weeks ago and I forgot to respond. I need to respond right now. For whatever reason, this just happens to me. And so now I just schedule the texts to deliver. And it's just the best thing I've ever discovered in my life. Now, listen, if you're already using this and you already love it, then, I'm preaching to the choir here. But it's so good. Those two editing things, I use them so often and I'm so obsessed. Okay, moving on. LL Bean toiletry bags. I use toiletry bags more than the average person, I would say, because most people only use a toiletry bag when they travel. I use a toiletry bag every single day because I go to my workout class, not every day, but many, many times a week. And I shower there because I do heated workouts where I'm in a hot room when I'm doing my workout. So I sweat a lot. I'm drenched and I can't get in my car when I'm that sweaty because over time it'll cause issues, right? If you have sweat on your body and you're sitting in your car for 15, 20 minutes a day with that sweat on your body, it starts getting into the seat belt and then your seat belt starts to smell. Your seats start to smell. Everything starts to smell weird and bad. So immediately after my exercise, I shower because I can't, I'm too sweaty to get in my car. So I use a toiletry bag almost every day. And then also I travel a lot, less so nowadays, but I used to travel a lot. I get good use out of toiletry bags. And I've gone through quite a few, worn them out. And recently it was time to get a new toiletry bag. And so I decided to get the LL Bean brand toiletry bags. They're classic. Growing up, both of my parents had LL Bean toiletry bags. They were cute. I'm pretty sure they were embroidered. That's a signature LL Bean thing. And I don't know, but I always kind of thought of them as being almost too classic. I want to get a cool, unique toiletry bag, something more trendy, something more fun. Because, the LL Bean one, it's so classic and it's the original, it's just so basic, No, it is the best toiletry bag I've ever had. And it's so cute. I got a black one and I got it embroidered in Times New Roman font, AKA my favorite font. It's perfect. And it's so good. It's so good. It's high quality. It's super spacious, but also it consolidates and zips up really nicely. It's easy to carry around. You can clip it onto anything. It has a little built-in mirror in it. It is amazing. This is the best toiletry bag I've ever had. And I've had a bunch of trendy, cute ones, whatever. No, this is the most efficient. And I mean space efficient, but also pocket efficient. It has the best pockets and it has the little mirror. It's just perfect. And I love it. And I use it every day and I'm never going back. I think it's classic for a reason. So moving on. Since I've gotten my hair cut short, my hair routine has simplified to just one product. At this point, I use one product And I'm talking about post shower. Like obviously I have to shampoo and condition, and I use K18, the like hair mask that helps with molecular bonding in the hair. I don't even get what it does, but it doesn't matter because it does a good job, I guess. I have other products that I use, but when it comes to like styling my hair, 98% of the time I'm using one product. There is a 2% where I'm using other products, but for the most part, I'm just using one product. And it's from the brand In Common, and it's called the Magic Mist 4-in-1 Leave-In Conditioner, Detangler, Smoothing Balm, and Heat Protectant. Okay, all I do after the shower is spray this all over my hair, tousle it around and shape it in the way I want it to dry, perhaps put a hood on so that it dries flat, and then my hair is perfect. That's the end of it. There are times where I might want to add a bit more volume, so I might spray in a volumizing spray or like a sea salt spray or something like that if I really want a certain vibe. But I'm not kidding. 98% of the time, I'm just using this product. I put it in after the shower, and then if I need a little refresh, I'll just spray more of it in. It just for some reason is the perfect product for my hair, and it's all I use. I go through bottles of this shit. It's so good. But speaking of hair products, I discovered something this summer that I think is kind of life-changing. I didn't know that this existed, but my hairstylist clued me in because I was getting a little bit stressed out at the beginning of the summer about how to take care of my bleached hair during the summertime. It's hot. I'm going in the salt water. I'm going into pools. Like, how do I protect my bleached hair from becoming brittle and whatever? And my hairstylist was like, well, there's a few things you could do. You know, you could put a bit of conditioner in your hair before you go in a pool or before you go in the ocean. But also, if you're just worried about sort of burning your hair in the sun, you could use hair sunscreen. And I was like, what? Hair sunscreen? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yes, it exists. Hair sunscreen. So I bought hair sunscreen. I think I'm using one from the brand Aveda. And it's wonderful. When I was on my summer vacation this summer, every morning before I'd go out into the hot summer day and in the ocean and stuff like that, I'd drench my hair in this hair sunscreen, and it kept my hair so soft. I did not experience any damage from being out in the sun all day, swimming in salt water, and the salt water sitting on my hair. It really improved my hair health this summer. And did I use it every day? No, because, you know, I'm not on summer vacation every day. Like a lot of times I'm kind of indoors, like even during the summer. I've been inside a lot this summer as well, just on the computer, just typing away, sitting in this room, talking away, yapping. So I don't use it every day because I don't have to, but who would have thought? Hair sunscreen. Truly, I've realized this more and more. And this is kind of one of the wonderful things about living today is that if you have a problem, there is probably something that can fix it. Like, listen, I'm the first one to be like, we shouldn't be buying stuff we don't need, even though I do that sometimes still too. But like, I, being an ex-shopping addict, am the first one to be like, we shouldn't buy things irresponsibly. We shouldn't buy things that are unnecessary. However, if you have a reoccurring issue in your life, or there's something that like, you know, you're like, I don't want to damage my hair. So like, what do I do? Like, do I have to like not go in the ocean this summer? Like if you have a situation like that where there's something getting in the way of you living your life, or there's something making your life particularly inconvenient to a point that's unnecessary, there's probably something that can fix it. There's probably something you can find. You know what I mean? And I think that's actually kind of a cool thing. Some people think it's not. Some people think it's like inspiring consumption in a way that's unhealthy. But I actually think it's a smart way to shop, to buy things that truly are going to enhance your life. Like that's the point of buying stuff. It's like, buy something that actually is going to change your life. You know what I mean? This became a little bit too deep. I think I took this to a philosophical point. Actually, like an existential point that it didn't need to go to. But anyway, hair sunscreen. Who would have thought? Saved my hair this summer. I briefly paused this episode to let you know that this episode is brought to you by State Farm. Insurance may all seem the same on the surface, but having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like trying to make the most perfect birthday cake for a friend, but ending up serving a diabolically dry slice of sponge. you wouldn't settle for crummy cake. So don't settle for just any insurance. When it comes to getting the help you need, State Farm is the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Now back to the episode. Okay, next. I received this as a gift recently and became obsessed with it. It's a very specific product. The Therabody depuffing wand. Okay. This is quite literally just a little skincare wand. Could fit in a purse. It's pretty small. And all it does, it's a very simple product. The top of it is just, it's like a metal, how do you even describe it? I'm going to insert an image of it so that you can see it. But the top of it is basically just like a little metal orb of sorts, tip. And you can basically either make it warm or cold, and then you can rub it on your face. And it helps, I guess, with depuffing, maybe. If you use the warm setting, it helps like your skin absorb skincare products, I think, allegedly. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't care about what it does. Okay. I love this thing just because it feels so good. I don't even care. I don't care about what it's doing for my skin. That's not why I like it. It's just so soothing. Okay. I'll tell you when I use it. After I do my exercise for the day and I do my morning, afternoon skincare, I'll just walk around and rub this thing on my face on the cool setting. I prefer the cool setting right now because it's summer. I don't know how I'm going to feel during the winter. I might still end up using the cool setting, but I might switch to the warm setting because it'll be cold out, so we'll see. But right now I'm just using the cool setting. And I just rub this thing on my face and it's so cold and it feels so good. And listen, is it kind of an unnecessary item? Absolutely. But I got it as a gift. And now that I have it, I'm loving it. Like, would I have ever bought this on my own? No, never. I would have been like, that's an unnecessary product. But now that I have it, I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's soothing. It's relaxing. It like relaxes my facial muscles. It's just so wonderful. Could you just use like an ice cube? For sure. Or like a spoon. Like you could honestly leave a spoon. If you want to try this out and see if it's something you enjoy, just put a spoon in the freezer. And then once you do your skincare and you're all, lubed up, get that spoon out and just rub it around on your face. It'll have the exact same effect. You don't need to buy this product. But, I mean, if you really want to, sure. But using a cold spoon would do the same thing. But there's something so soothing about it. And it's just very easy to use because I press a button and it gets really cold and then I can rub it on my face. Listen, I don't know what it is about it. I love it. I use it in the morning or afternoon after my early in the day skincare. But then I also use it in the evening after I do my late in the day skincare. Whenever that happens. And I just rub it around on my face because it feels good and it's soothing and it just makes me happy for some reason. I have this habit of wearing a crossbody bag around my house, which people think is so weird, but I think it's genius and I think everyone should be doing it. Like, I have things I want to carry around the house with me. My phone, sometimes a portable charger, some sort of oral fixation of the moment. Right now, it's nicotine pouches. Sometimes it's toothpicks. It used to be the vape, but we're not on that right now. Okay? But we are on the nicotine pouches. So, we're not fully quit right now, but at least we're not inhaling the vape. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I always have things I want to carry around the house. I'm now carrying around this little depuffing wand in my little crossbody bag just in case I want to rub my face with it. Like, it's close to me. I think that I have sort of a self-soothing routine that requires like little items, whether it's an oral fixation or it's using this depuffing wand on my face, like having little things that give me a sensorial experience helps to alleviate my anxiety a little bit. Not in the most significant way ever, Is it as effective as deep breathing? Probably not, but there's something about it that is very comforting to me. Like I have little comfort items. And that actually dates back to when I was a child. I always had certain items that I kept with me at all times that gave me a sense of calm and were soothing for me. Like when I was younger, it was stuffed animals. I always had a certain stuffed animal and I would bring it with me everywhere. And then it got to the point where it was like unacceptable. Like it was like, okay, Emma's too old. So then my parents got me a teeny tiny little stuffed animal that fit in my pocket. Nobody would see it. And then eventually I grew out of it. So that and sucking my thumb kept me calm, cool, and collected as a young person. And it's interesting because I've grown up and done a similar thing. Oral fixation with the vape, always having some sort of oral fixation around if I'm not vaping, using little things like this depuffing wand that's cold and like using that on my face when I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed or something, or just to like bring me a further sense of calm during the day. I don't know why that stuff just works for me, but this has entered into my routine in that way. And it's funny because the person who gave me the gift also is very anxious, and that's why they like it too. They don't even care about the depuffing. They just have found peacefulness in it. And I have too. I get it. I get the hype. Okay, moving on. I've been really loving, and this is a bougie product, but I've been really loving it. Westman Atelier makeup. All of it. All of it. The brown mascara, the hydrating skin tint product, the bronzing stick, the highlighting stick. Like I'm loving all of it. I've been using I use other products too. I have other brands in my rotation, but for whatever reason, I'm just gravitating. I think it makes sense why I'm gravitating towards their products. I mean, number one, very hydrating, feels healthy on the skin. That's number one. Number two, the products are formulated really well. Like, it's natural stuff. It's not like super glam makeup. It's pretty natural, not super extreme, not super pigmented. It's like a bit more light, airy, dewy, whatever. The products feel lighter, I love that though. So that works for me. But also the packaging is so wonderful. And I'm somebody who's like, I do like romanticizing the little moments in my life when I can. And there's something about their packaging. Like it's so beautiful. And I like holding it in my hand. Like there's just the user experience is so amazing. And it's not cheap, but I love it. And so I have to mention it because I've just been using all those products and I like it. So that's like my makeup brand go-to of the moment. However, there are so many other products that I really like that are from other brands, but they're just standing out as like my go-to for majority of things right now. Not everything though, but I don't know. I'm just kind of obsessed. I get the hype. There's hype and it's for a good reason. But speaking of makeup, another makeup product I'm obsessed with is the Makeup Forever Extreme Waterproof Liner. This lip liner is the best. Listen, here's why it's the best. Because it actually does stay on for hours. It actually stays on. Listen, is it the most smooth, beautiful, like, oh, it just glides on? No, it's because it's so waterproof. It is a bit of a thicker formula. Like when you're putting it on, it's like a bit, maybe it's not like super smooth. It doesn't like glide on perfectly. It's a bit, I don't know how to explain it, like thicker. And you have to kind of go over the lip line a few times to kind of get it perfectly opaque and make the line look perfect. But let me tell you, it stays on. And that's the thing about lip liner that's always been so annoying to me. I used to use the Makeup Forever lip liner that was not the extreme waterproof one, just the regular one. And I loved that lip liner. I mean, I've gone through probably 15 of them, like top to bottom. I've used that up a bazillion times. But I think the reason why I went through 15 is because I used to have to reapply that lip liner over and over and over and over again. Like I would have one sip of water, it's gone. But the color was so nice that I was like, oh, it's fine. I guess this is just what lip liner is. And then I found out that they have the same shade of lip liner in the waterproof extreme one. And I was like, wait, this is amazing. I'm going to try that because it's literally the same lip liner I've been using, just not going to rub off in 30 seconds. Lo and behold, it's amazing. It stays on. They have my favorite shade, which is Wherever Walnut. Just works for me for whatever reason. And so I'm obsessed. It's great. Honestly, like lip products that stay on all day are hard to find because the lips are constantly, they just want the product to come off. So it's so exciting to find something that actually lasts forever. And that's somewhat of a recent discovery. Okay, next. I am loving my local farmer's market. I've gone through farmer's market phases before, but it's like usually on a really specific day. And like sometimes I have different plans for like my Sunday morning. I don't want to go to the farmer's market. Like I want to do something else. So I've never really gotten into the routine of going, but for this last month or so, maybe I've been going very consistently and getting specific things. And there's just something so wonderful about it. I mean, there's so many things I love about it. Number one, the quality of produce and the quality of like pre-made food is so good. And it's so like, it feels so homemade, compared to buying things from a chain grocer, which I loved. Listen, there are certain things that I need to get from the grocery store that are in my diet. You know what I mean? I can't get everything from the farmer's market, but I try to get as many things from there as I possibly can. And it's just everything's so high quality, but also it's a social experience. You're going to everyone's individual little shop and you're talking it up and you're picking out fun stuff. And then, you're going to the next one and then you're trying samples and it's, a beautiful morning. It's just, there's something so wonderful about it. And I've recently been getting specific things that have been such a wonderful part of my food routine. Like I get specific produce items, of course, but then I've also been getting eggs from the farmer's market. And then I've been going to these little shops that have pre-made stuff. Like my favorite hummus is at the farmer's market. I get this spicy hummus. And then I also just discovered this sort of French market where they have a bunch of pre-made French stuff. And they sell my favorite French carrot salad that I've only been able to find in France. It's so random. It's like shredded carrots with a simple vinaigrette. Sounds so basic. Like it should be easy to find, but you cannot find it here for some reason. You'd have to make it from scratch, which I don't know. The way that the carrots are shredded for this particular French salad is very specific. It's like very fine shreds of carrots. And I don't even know how you shred carrots that finely. I could probably figure it out pretty easily and do it myself, but I've never been inspired enough. And so I found that they have it at the farmer's market pre-made and it lasts a whole week, And so I've been really loving that. I also have been getting this sourdough, this local sourdough. Oh, it's just so fun. It's so fun and it tastes so good. And so that leads me to my current food obsession, like my favorite food obsession, which is a very interesting combo. It actually isn't that interesting. It makes sense from a flavor profile perspective, but I've never seen anyone else eat this. So it's kind of seems to be like an Emma thing, but maybe I'm a narcissist and this is like not an Emma thing. This is the recipe. Okay. Pretty simple. A few pieces of toasted sourdough, thin to medium slice. Okay. Not too thick. Put that in the toaster. Spicy hummus, slather that on top of the pieces of crispy bread. And then on top of that, this French carrot salad. Okay. I know what you're thinking. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that's not it. There's more. Flaky sea salt, cracked on top, black pepper, cracked on top, and sesame seeds. Listen, toasted sesame seeds. Okay. It's so good. To me, it's the new avocado toast. It's like, I don't even want avocado toast because I have this toast that I'm doing. It's so good. I don't know. Oh my God, maybe I'll eat it after this. Maybe that'll be my lunch today. It's so good. It's so random, but it's so good. But it's very specific. Like if you want to, it's like, it's such specific ingredients, but I think you could recreate it if you wanted to. So if you're feeling inspired to try that combo, try it. Okay, moving on. I have two more food items. Less so obsessions. Like this is like my meal obsession of the moment. Like I always have some sort of meal obsession. Like I was really into making bowls for a while. That was like my obsession. And then that became less of an obsession. Like it's still something I eat, but it's like less of an obsession because now it's just a part of my routine. Now this is my new obsession. This is the new thing that feels exciting. Anyway, my dessert obsession, chocolate strawberries, obsessed. Okay. All you got to do is cut up some strawberries, pour some chocolate chips into a little cup, throw that in the microwave, and then take a fork and pick up pieces of strawberries and dip them into the chocolate and then take bites. I'm obsessed with doing this. It is so good. It's so easy. And it's like fun. There's something fun about it. It's like fondue with some farmer's market strawberries. And for me, some dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate. I prefer dark chocolate, which is, again, another example of my prefrontal cortex truly hardening and forming. When I was younger, I used to be like, I like dark chocolate better, but I think it's just because I wanted to be cool and mature. But now I actually prefer it, which is so interesting. I never thought that would happen. I always thought that I would think milk chocolate tasted better, but now my palate has refined and I like funky tasting stuff. I like dark chocolate. I like cheese. I like wine. Don't drink anymore, but I loved wine. I love pickles and olives. I mean, I've always liked that stuff, but the older I get, the more I like it and the more weird I want flavors to get. The more bitter, the more sour, the more interesting. I don't know. And now things that are just like simply sweet or simply really salty are less intriguing to me. Like the older I get, the more I need complex flavors to stimulate my brain. So anyway, chocolate strawberries, easy, quick, yummy, fiberful dessert. Except if you eat it too late, the dark chocolate might keep you up a bit. Beware of that, because that started to happen to me. I had to kind of put like a curfew on my chocolate strawberries. Like after a certain hour, I can't eat them because I won't be able to sleep. Okay, moving on to my final obsession. I've been really enjoying kombucha. Yeah, I'm just as confused as you are. I discovered kombucha as a child because my mom got really into it when I was like probably 10 years old. And I used to actually drink kombucha with her. We would drink it together. Not the alcoholic one, of course, because some of them have alcohol in it. But, you know, she would get a kombucha for herself and then she'd be like, do you want one? And I would get one too. And so I used to drink it as a kid and I always really liked it. And then I kind of grew out of that phase. My mom grew out of that phase. We just stopped drinking kombucha. And then ever since then, like every once in a while, I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll get a kombucha. It kind of sounds good. But for some reason lately, I've been really, really craving it. Like I just need it. I don't know why. But whenever my body like really wants something like that, I just listen to it. Like there was a long period of time where for some reason I was craving apple cider vinegar in sparkling water. Like that just tasted so good to me. And then one day I woke up and I was like, I don't really need that. And so I've kind of fallen off the wagon with that a little bit, which is fine. I'm just not in the mood for it anymore. Kombucha has sort of replaced that. And it's another very vinegar-esque drink. It's tart, it's acidic, whatever. It's kind of astringent. It's a similar vibe, but for some reason the kombucha just sounds really good to me. So I've been drinking a lot of kombucha lately. Not like a lot though, like 1 glass a day, but it's just like a nice, refreshing, tasty vibe. Like I'll usually have a little glass of it after lunch and it's so wonderful. I don't know why I'm craving it, but I've realized in my life that if I'm craving something, it's because I need it for some reason. Like I'll have phases where I just need to eat bananas. Okay, maybe my body needs potassium, you know, or like maybe I need the sugar to help recover from a workout. Like maybe my body's craving that type of sugar. Like I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just my body really will specifically crave stuff and I honor it now more than ever because I'm like, why not? If my body wants kombucha, I will drink it. So I've been drinking kombucha. The specific one I like is GT Synergy Trilogy. Yeah. So do with that what you will. It's like a raspberry lemon, I think. I actually don't even really know what the flavor profile is. I think it's raspberry lemon. So good. Loving it. Okay, moving on. Tide to Go stick. Yeah. I mean, I've been using Tide to Go sticks for like a year now, but I swear something about the last few months, I've needed that Tide to Go stick so much. Like I'm whipping that thing out on like a bi-weekly basis. It is so useful and it really gets the stains out. I mean, you have to be careful. You can't use it on all materials. Like the other day I got a bit of mustard on a silk skirt and I was like, can I use a Tide to Go stick on a silk skirt? The answer was no. But I also got a little bit of mustard on a white tank top that I was wearing and I was able to use the Tide to Go stick on the white tank top and it got it out pretty well. I'm obsessed with the Tide to Go stick. It can be a game changer. I've truly turned my day around with the Tide to Go stick. Just being able to you know what it is, or maybe you don't. If you don't know what a Tide to Go stick is, it's a little stick, looks like a pen. And if you get a stain, you can basically use this little stick and rub the little marker felt tip thing on your stain, and it helps get it out. And it does pretty good. Listen, if you spill a whole coffee on your chest, good luck. You need to go home if that happens. But for a little stain, there's almost something worse about like a little stain. There's something so frustrating about like having a little stain. Like if you're wearing like a white shirt and you have one tiny little stain in the center, it's like almost better if you just spill your whole fucking coffee on your chest, because then it's like a bit. You can be like, well, you guys, like, clumsy over here. But when there's like a little stain, there's something about it that just is so irritating, almost more so than just spilling all over yourself. I don't know why. That's how my brain works. Doesn't really make sense. Next, this is so random, so like stick with me here. I am obsessed with metal spatulas, okay? I always used to use, for a long time, I was using like silicone squishy spatulas. No, I'm done. Okay. I don't even remember. I got a metal spatula in a PR package with a cookbook from a friend who made a cookbook a while ago. And I never used it. Like I forgot that I had it because I was so in the routine of using my like silicone spatulas. And then one day I like really needed to like get under something when I was cooking, and the squishy like silicone one just like wasn't cutting it. So I got out the metal spatula and it worked so well. And I was like, oh shit, this is the new way. This is the new way. And I'm so obsessed with it. And I use this metal spatula for other things as well. Like when I'm trying to move, like let's say I make a little thing out of clay and I want to move it and it's not fully dry yet or something. I can like get under it with the spatula, move it around, I could use it to like peel something off. Like if I have something that has like a label on it and I want to scratch the label off, I can use this metal spatula for that. I use this thing. I use it for cooking and it's amazing for cooking, but I use it for a trillion other things as well. This is like just a random little kitchen tool that for some reason has become everything to me. The specific brand I have is OXO, OXO. And if you want to find it for yourself, it's called OXO brand metal cut and serve Turner spatula. I don't know why it's the most amazing thing that's ever come into my life, but I really love it. It's great. And I use it for so many different things. Speaking of cooking equipment, I've always struggled with finding the right cooking pan for me. Okay. I've tried it all. Stainless steel, which is like classic, ceramic nonstick. I've used it all. Okay. And I've gone through these pans and destroyed them for two different reasons. With the stainless steel pans, I've always struggled with like stuff really sticks to them. And I've always struggled with that element. Like it's really hard to use them properly so that the pans don't get a bunch of gunk stuck to them to the point where they're kind of like permanently ruined, I don't know. And then with ceramic nonstick, I've always really been frustrated. And I know this sounds like I'm cringing at what I'm about to say because, well, you'll see why. Because I can't put them in the dishwasher, okay? And I hate hand washing pots and pans. I'll hand wash anything else. I don't care. Like if I have a cute little mug that's hand washed because it's like handmade, no problem. There's something about hand washing pots and pans that drives me absolutely nuts. And the stainless steel pans I can put in the dishwasher. That's great. But they get so dirty and everything sticks to them. And I just struggle with using them so much. Even when I like follow instructions on how to use them properly, there's always user error for some reason with them. It's too hard. I need to just be able to like turn the fucking stove on and use it, But then with the ceramic, they work really well. Things don't stick to them as much, but I can't put them in the dishwasher. And it's so frustrating. And it's fine. I'm being a complete diva. Listen, okay, my 10-year-old self who was like doing the dishes, as a chore, because I didn't have a dishwasher growing up. In any of my homes growing up, I did not have a dishwasher or an ice maker. Those were two things I was so excited to have once I moved out. I was like, I just want an ice maker and a dishwasher. Please. Like, oh my God, I was so excited about those two things. And it's what wonderful technology, truly. I could not appreciate those two things more. But my 10-year-old self would be so fucking annoyed with me right now, being like, I'm annoyed with ceramic cookware because I can't put it in the dishwasher. It's like, yeah, but everything else can go in the dishwasher, you brat. Like, I know that what I'm saying is cringe. I know that it's stupid, but I feel this way. And I'm just speaking the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you how I feel. All of this to say, I've always felt, because I have a few ceramic pieces and a few stainless steel pieces, I've always felt like, okay, at some point, I'm going to donate these pieces. And it got to a point recently where I was like, you know what? I want to find the solution. Is there cookware out there that's non-stick, but also dishwasher safe? It was not easy to find, okay? It was not easy to find. But eventually, I found it. And it was from the brand Our Place. Our Place has non-stick dishwasher safe pans. And I was so excited. And so now I have some wonderful pans. It's only really for frying pans that this was necessary. When it comes to like boiling pots for like boiling pasta or whatever, I still am just using my stainless steel ones. Because like I'm not like cooking stuff. I'm like boiling stuff in pots. Usually I'm making hard boiled eggs. I'm making pasta. I don't need that to be nonstick. It was the frying pans that I was just so frustrated with, you know? Anyway, so the Our Place frying pans, changed my life. I'm so obsessed. They work so well and they're in the dishwasher and it's just so exciting. And I love them. So, okay, moving on to yoga socks, Pilates socks. Okay, I've been a yoga Pilates princess for a while now. I do heated yoga Pilates, whatever. Okay. That's the routine I'm on. And I've been doing that for a while and I really love it and I really enjoy it. However, I started chafing on my toes and it wasn't healing because I do it enough that like it would just every day or like whenever I would go and do a workout, it would just like aggravate the toe blisters. My toes were like raw, and like chafed in a bit. I don't know how to explain it, but they were like they were like raw and chafed. And there was like a bit of a blister forming and it just wasn't going away because I wasn't stopping, going to the workout because I love it too much. And so then I discovered yoga socks, Pilates socks, whatever you want to call it. It's basically just a pair of socks that have stickies on the bottom. Life-changing. Within 3 days, I'm not even kidding, 3 days of wearing these socks, rawness, blisters, everything gone. Very niche product, but I will say, for me, life-changing. For you, maybe not, okay? But for me, life-changing and obsessed. Okay, and last but not least, I've been loving Drew Gooden's YouTube videos. You know Drew Gooden. If you don't, that's shocking because he's a very popular YouTuber. I've been watching Drew Gooden for years, but there's something about him right now at this exact phase in my life. I need to be around. I need to hang out with him right now. Do you know what I'm saying? That happens to me with YouTubers for sure. But for whatever reason right now, it's Drew Gooden. And so I've just been spending a lot of time with Drew Gooden. It's like, it's funny because I'm on the internet and people have a parasocial relationship with me in some ways, but I also have parasocial relationships with YouTubers. So I understand, like, I have that too. I get it. But he's just like, I don't know, there's something about it. It's lighthearted enough to like calm my anxiety down. It's just the perfect content for me right now for some reason. Like, it's about interesting topics, but they're also not so serious that it like gives me anxiety. But also he's funny. So it's like nice to like smile and chuckle. I don't know. It's just like what I need right now in my life. So I've been loving Drew Gooden, watching a lot of it. And I'm really nervous that he's going to find out that I said this. And then it's like, listen, it's a compliment. But for some reason, it's like weirdly vulnerable to be like, well, I've been hanging out with you a lot lately. And he's like, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just like, it is a scary thing to say out loud. But I'm saying it because it's true. So anyway, that's everything. That's all the things I've been obsessed with lately. I'll be back in a few months with a brand new list of things. If you want to hear my past lists of things that I was either obsessed with in the past or I discovered a long time ago and I'm still obsessed with, but it's, not a new discovery anymore. So it didn't make this list. Go ahead and check those out. These episodes are called Things I Like Right Now, or Things I Like RN, if you will. So go check those episodes out. You can look up Anything Goes and Things I Like RN, and you can listen to more episodes just like this one. If you want more types of content from me, go listen to my other episodes of Anything Goes. I make new episodes every Thursday and Sunday, and there is boundless hours of me yapping. So go check it out. You can stream anywhere you get podcasts, but if you want to watch video, that's on YouTube and Spotify. So you can see me talking, you can see images inserted on screen. I mean, it's seriously a dynamic experience. If you want to check out Anything Goes on social media, at Anything Goes. If you want to check me out on social media, at Emma Chamberlain. And if you want to check out my coffee company, we're in the world and we're on the internet at Chamberlain Coffee. And that's it. That's all I have to yap about today. I'm going to go make toast with hummus and my little carrot salad, and I'm going to eat it up. Yum, yum, yum. And I'll have a little glass of kombucha, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. So I'm going to go do that. And I'll talk to you all very soon. Okay, I love you all. And talk to you later. And bye.